Happy Monday, everyone. Gonna skip the intro today as I just want to jump right into this. I hope everything is well. I'm gonna get a few things set up while others get in. Hey, Soup, good to see you. Horseman, I hope I replied to your comment. And you know what? I get it. Like, you feel Brittney's being dogpiled, and you're welcome to your, position, your feelings, but that's just not me. So, allow everyone a moment to get in here because I have a few things I need to address first before I get started. Hey, Six Up. Hey, Lindsay. Just give me a couple minutes. Like I said, no intro today. Just going to jump right in. As I know, Cletus is going live in about an hour, and I want to hear the update as the story continues. All right, so here's where I'm going to start. Thank you for your patience. I'm going to start with my community post from last night in case you guys haven't read it or haven't seen it. So I'm going to jump in. Just want to touch on a few things. Number one, I have moved my live an hour due to Cletus going live, and I want to catch the update. Number two, I created my channel back in 2020. I have been an sub observer since 2018. I have been in and am still part of various sectors across and go where I wish. As a commentary channel, I will be seen in chats of people you may or may not like. If I am in the chat, I have my reasons and they are my own. Number three, at some point, we have all followed creators who have not done the best things. It's the internet, it's unavoidable. Number four, my channel stands on its own. I am on no one's side but my own. Always remember this, I do not cater to other people's whims. I do have very few friends on YouTube. We have disagreed over the years, but are still friends. Agree to disagree and move on. Finally, let's be clear. Do not underestimate me. I do my research, I just don't feel the need to shout about it. I tend to know who I'm dealing with in the end. Thank you for your support. Have a wonderful night. And that comes from people making vast assumptions like, oh, just because you're here, you're on this side. No, that's not how it works. I'm a commentary channel. I do my due diligence as best I can, so I will be everywhere. And if that doesn't suit you, I understand it. And you want to judge me for it, I get it. But just understand I'm not going to back down off of my own opinions, principles, and how I do things. So that's number one. Let's see what you guys say. Hey, hoodies. Hey, AJ Love Jacket. Appreciate you. I do the best I can. Oh, the clue is live for the verdict hunt. You know what, Laura? No problem. I'll just zip through this. It's not too much here. It's just I have questions about the behavior and how things were done in the situation. Amanda, thank you. No side. Yes, AJ. Surprise side equals your side. Exactly. Oh wow, dismissed with prejudice. Oof. Court is already over. Wow. I was like, that's okay. Dag nabbit. Then let me just get right through this. All right, so one of Brittney's subs has some things to say on my comments, and some people sent them to me, so I just wanted to kind of like address it real quick so we can get past this part. So this is from Brenda Sue. She's like, "Oh my goodness, now you're making fun of her. Are you kidding me? Leave BJ alone." And I replied, and see that has no likes, right? Now I replied, I suggested allegedly asleep in her chat, meaning I was in her chat and told her directly to her face what I thought she should do. Brittney actually pulled up the comment on live, laughed at the name, and said it was actually a great idea. How am I making fun of her? And see, Brittney, this is an issue you also have. Your subscribers running around to other people's videos and chats, giving their opinion when they don't watch everything or know the full context. Because if Brenda knew the full context, she wouldn't put this comment on my video. I mean, get out of here. Like, get real. This is going to sabotage collaborations with you and with people, you and other creators in the future because your subs run buck wild on people's comments. Like, no creator wants to deal with another creator whose subs act like this. This is ridiculous. No, bye, Brenda. And this is another comment she left. So let me just get this one out of here. And here we go. She's like, I mean, you're having trouble getting your breath. What's wrong with you? Okay, let me tell you what's wrong with me. One of the things is a medical condition. You don't need to know about that. Number two is since 2020, I have been on caregiver duty. I was a caregiver to my grandmother from 2020 to 2024. She passed mid 2024, and then my mother fell critically ill December of 2024, and I've been nursing her back to health since then. So, over that course of time, I have put on quite a bit of weight, about 70 pounds or so since 2020. So, yes, I neglected myself, neglected my health to a degree, have gone back and forth on weight loss journeys. So, yeah, my breathing is a little bit off. So, if if that's what you need to do, that's what you need to know. Try being a caregiver for going on 5 years. You're going to neglect yourself, and it happened. I'll work on it. But thank you for pointing it out. Have a wonderful day, Brenda. Let's see here. Let's see. Hey, LA. Thanks, hoodies. Yep, exactly. I can't. I can't with this oversensitive shit. Exactly. Lindsay says, I've been attacked by subscribers before plenty of times, Jamal. I have also been attacked by subscribers. I'm posting, yeah, when you kind of stand in the middle, it's going to be a thing. Thank you, LA. Yeah, Brenda, Sue, go sit down. Marketing case closed. Let the lies and grift begin. Oh, no. Hey, everyone. Hey, everyone. All right. So let me just I'm going to pull these up first, and I hope you can see them because I try to blow them up as best I can. So this, my questions are, why did Brittney handle things where what she handled them? Because from my perspective, and I'm going off of my experience dealing with finance, invoices, payroll, things of payroll, receivables, all that stuff. I don't understand why she would present things this way, and that's my question. That's my main question. Did you consult anyone? Did you show this stuff to anyone? Because what happens is a lot of receipts come to use due to the software come up as they look very generic, like they could be handmade. And I think that's where part of the issue was with Brittney's was. When I look at them like, well, they're kind of odd. Like, this is something that someone could create on their own, but then again, we don't know. So that's where I come from. I'm coming from a place of, why did you do it this way? How come you didn't meet with someone? Did you meet with maybe your mods or friends to say, hey, this is what I want to do, let me lay this out? Or did you just get on your live stream and go off the reservation and go rogue? Because to me, I would not have presented it this way. For myself, the first thing I would have presented was the Gifts and Go receipt, like how much was in the Gifts and Go, and then how much was transferred out. So to me, that was my first question. Why not just show the Gifts and Go receipt, like the amount, and just go from there? Why make a spreadsheet? That made no sense to me. Like, if you're going to show receipts and lay things out to prove yourself, you need to do it properly. And I just felt she didn't do it properly. Before I show what I have to show, let me see what you guys say. Sue says, I get it all the time. Doesn't bother me anymore. I can't both sides. Find me. Yep. All right. So let me just show what I have real quick. All right. So this is the receipt. This is the quote unquote invoice for 723. Now, not a problem here. Okay, it says 2,000 was paid, and this is to the attorney. Like, we've all seen the receipt. Now, the first thing, this is the first receipt that she showed, right? Paid with MasterCard, July 23rd, 8:08 p.m. Okay, no problem. Here's what kind of caught my eye. Second retainer invoice. Okay. I thought this was a flat rate attorney. Why is this the second retainer invoice, and where is the first? That is one of the questions I have. And this is why I say, did she sit down with someone? Did she talk to anyone? Did anyone guide her? It just seems very odd to put this particular invoice receipt out, because it doesn't make sense. If this is the second retainer invoice, again, where's the first? And note the date here. This is July 23rd, invoice number 20207. That's very important as well. All right, before I move on, let me see what you guys have to say. All right. I haven't seen. Okay. Hey, Kristen. The spreadsheet with her BS data, in my opinion, I haven't seen the new receipts. No lawyer late for court. Oh, didn't file continuance in time. Very good for a few more streams. These receipts are Jenkins for also first and second. All right, so you guys kind of see what I'm saying, right? It says second retainer invoice, but why would you need a retainer for a flat rate attorney? That was one of my questions. Like, that's odd. All right. Now, remember that's the 723. And let's go on to this is the 85 invoice. And can I maximize this? Okay. That's as large as it goes. All right. No, this is the 85 invoice. I tried to make it as big as I possibly could. Now, I'm not sure if you can see it. I hope you can see it now. But you see here, paid, MasterCard, 2025, 1224. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. This was the invoice that she tried to send on 724, but she said her bank held it for, because of limit, like a $3,500 limit. I'm like, okay. Number one, I don't know anyone who sends an invoice and then waits like a week to reach out to say, hey, it didn't come through. And with me, my bank, if I hit my limit, it won't even let it go through. It just blocks it. So when she said, they held the funds, I'm like, what do you mean held? I mean, if you're over your limit, it shouldn't even go through. It should be blocked, and it should tell you right away. Submit. Mine tells me block right away or exceeds daily limit. I'm like, that is weird as well. Now, this is 720. This should have been the 724 invoice that she said expired. Here's the thing, though. I hope you guys can see this. Number one, this says first of two invoices, but the 723 invoice said second retainer invoice. I'm like, okay, weird. Now, look at here. If you guys can see this, this is invoice number 000206, and this is on August 5th. Remember, go back. The 723 invoice was labeled 207. Like, so how is the invoice on 723 the number after the 85 invoice? That kind of makes no sense to me. I'm so confused. And this is why, again, I go back to, did you not meet with anybody to talk about this or let them guide you, do something? For this, like these invoices, they don't really make sense to me. And is what I'm saying making sense to you? Okay. Let me see what you're saying. Right. Yeah, I know Pro doesn't miss a damn thing. Lindsay's saying, but the thing is, and I'm with you. I don't excited or happy about seeing any of this on all sides. But see, this is what happens when people just don't stay within themselves and just focus on their channels and ignoring the BS and taking the critiques and advice of people who actually are trying to help her. And that's on all sides. When people try to help you, like try to steer you in a different direction, it's not them saying shut up, shut up, shut up. It's more saying like, is this really worth it for you and your family? And that's what it comes down to, like the court times, the court fees, the court costs, the lawyer costs. I mean, that all costs of money. And that's money that can be used for your family. That's money that can be used to maybe like upgrade your house or go on a vacation or buy your family like a couple nice things, But instead, you're paying people to write documents. Think about it. You're paying people to write legal documents for you that may or may not have any value or substance. Okay, so what I'm saying makes it declined. Okay, just the bank tells you. See, so from I recall, she said her attorney was a flat rate attorney. So when I saw retainer, I'm like, retainer for what? That makes no sense. That really doesn't make any sense. Exactly, Lindsay. How do you get the first invoice dated before the second invoice or dated after? Right. Her attorney anchor suit. However, calling Cleese a pedo need to be addressed, and my new BJ being smacked in the court about that. Southern says, I'm worried about Brittney. This isn't funny. Including clean over talking about shit. I can't get Britt to answer me, and it worries me. Southern says, I know you like are a huge supporter of Britt. Keep trying and keep reaching out and keep us posted. Because like I said, I need everyone to understand. I don't hate Brittney. I wanted to help Brittney. I madly wanted to help Brittney. And my video I did, the 15-minute video was actually 45 minutes, and it had a full business plan, a full everything. It was pretty cool. I sent it to some friends of mine, and they want me that now help them with their channel because they like the business aspect of it and where I was going. And they really wish she had emailed me and reached out versus me having to put out a video. But I'm like, you know what? Her being the sole breadwinner and a mom tugging my heart. So I was like, I'm just gonna put this video out. If anyone else wants to use it as a model, please do. I'm all about helping YouTubers where I can. I I run. This is not my only channel. I actually have four others, and I have two others in the works. So I run five channels currently, and I'm about a business. YouTube can be fun, it can be a hobby, but for me, I do want to make a small business out of it, and that's why I was trying to help her do see beyond the bullshit, see beyond the drama, see beyond the lawsuits, and focus on her channel and her content, so she can actually build out something for herself. So, you know, it is what it is. Attorneys also don't put notes to the client on an invoice. It would be in the body of the email. Kim Ho surprised to this, Brittney. It may bring a lot of money playing victim, just saying no shade. I mean, I get it, but I kind of want her to move out of that direction because I will say this. Brittney to me, has always had the personality to be a successful YouTuber. It's just her content did not back that up. And I felt she needed to improve her content, improve the branding, improve the thumbnails. Just lots of little improvements, and the little improvements really would have helped her. It would have helped her build, but she just got sucked into the drama, and because it was making her money. Let's just be real. And I get it. You're a sole breadwinner. You're trying to make the money, but there's not all money is good money, and I think she's seeing that right now. So exactly, they both slung mud, both sides. So no one's innocent here, and that's the thing. No one's innocent. I just follow the stories, and that's pretty much all I care about. Yes, Southern Sass is a really good friend. I watch Brittney, hoping that she won't do things like this. I'm hoping she has a good support system who can tell her. Cause I know she has professionals in her chat who she could have gone to and say, "Hey, how does this look?" And they would have told her, "Brittney, this does not look good." But we're all grown. It is what it is. She's doing what she wants to do. Thanks, Just Irish. I try. Yes, some report on this like their lives depend on it. I can't. No. Like I said, I work full time. I run four other channels. I'm building out two more. You know, I have other outside small businesses I'm helping who I'm part owner of. And I YouTube can never be my life like this. I cannot depend on YouTube. You have to give too much of yourself when you do this kind of content. So it's not a risk I'm working to take. I'm willing to take. I'll put it that way. All right. Let me go on to this next invoice. All right. Now this is the 829 invoice. Let me see if I can pull this up for you guys. All right. Sorry, it's blurry. This is the 829 invoice, $2,000. Uh, this is like I think this is in the I think this is in the night or in the morning, 2,000, and this says retainer. This says retainer. So you already paid us the second invoice for the retainer, and you're now paying the first invoice for retainer on the 29th. I am so confused. I am so confused. Oh my gosh, Brittney, like I wish you had like thought about this more. And this is why people have questions because the things don't match up. The timeline doesn't match up. It doesn't make any sense to anyone. And again, I wish you would listen. I just hope you're not wasting your breath. A lot of people have been telling Brittney this for years. No, she doesn't get mad at the person that continues to block them and continues. You know, Kim, I know, really, I know. I followed Brittney since before she had her channel when she first started, and I told her she could do this and all this stuff. And I've seen it over the years. I get it, but sometimes you want to help someone because of their situation. And myself personally is just when you see someone struggling, and I know I could see what she's kind of like going through. When you could see it, it's a lot different. And I had wanted to help her, so I made the plan. Right, I had all the suggestions, and just because I've kind of been like, you know what, I'm different right now, for me, and this is just for me, I felt, you know what, you went out of your way to do this. You may as well put it out. It may not benefit her, but it might benefit someone else who's in a rut, needs help. And if there's at least a small blueprint out there that could be useful, put it out there and see what happens. And if anyone wants some advice or some help, yeah, I'm not this huge YouTuber, but I think I do have a good business sense about me, and I think I know how to build out, channels and content. I'm more than happy to have a conversation. Like, sometimes it's not about the other person. Sometimes it's just about you and doing what you feel is right in the moment. Let's see. Angela says Brady doesn't listen to anyone. I could have got her out if that. Okay, Angela, you and a few others were telling her that Britt, this is not a good look. This is not a good look. Please don't do this. Please don't get involved. I mean, I remember that. I remember watching. I was thinking to myself, like, Britt, don't do it. Like, don't do it. And the reason why I said, in my mind, like, you don't seem to really know these people that well, and it would be easy to throw Britt under the bus if anything went down, because she's not a main player in the thing. It's not like it was her lawsuit. She was joining in, and when you join into something, you don't have the control, which is always a bad thing in anything, especially lawsuits. Yes, you are. You go by your own experiences. Hey, Daisy Duke, welcome. Nobody plays the victim more than Granny does. Let's see. Brittney isn't the only person that fundraised for an attorney and didn't show receipts. Just saying, GW has shown receipt, but is in active litigation. Another promise receipts at the end. True, but here's the caveat to that, Lindsay. And I understand what you're saying. Brittney in this situation, she initiated the litigation. So to me, I make her more. I put more responsibility on her to show the receipts. To be completely honest, because it's one thing when litigation is brought against you. It's another thing when you initiate. So to me, that's a pretty big difference. The amount of hate some of you people have for this person is saying, for real. Some of you hate her just to go along with the crowd. It's weird. Yeah, could never be me. I don't hate anyone on the internet. I just don't. Not worth my time. Oh, hey Christy. Don't worry about Brenda. So I can tell you all about her. She thinks she's FBI. You know what? I just pointed out because I just thought, this is something that could hurt Brittney in the future, and it makes people not want to help her, even though they could have really good advice. I don't worry about a subscriber. I'm just going to point it out because I just thought, it's in poor taste, and it could hurt Brittney in the end. I just don't put my energy into anyone that doesn't do it for themselves. Speaking generally, true. Let's see. When Granny first brought up the anti-stop, I told her it was a high probability that they would get it and get out. This is like, who hasn't shown receipts? Mittens and more. Queen has an attorney who would not still have showed up 2.5 years if he wasn't paid. Let's try to use a portion of our money. Mittens, true. Because if I recall, she showed a whole bunch of like dockets and motions and filings. I was like, whoa. I was like, that's a lot of money. That's all I can say. That's a lot of money. Lindsay, yes, Lindsay, you do. And my thing is, yes, we can see the court filings and the documents and all that stuff. But what people are saying is, for transparency's sake, they want to see dollar amounts. because they want to match up the amount that was raised and the amount that was spent, which is a fair ask when you're a donator. Amanda says pointing out lies and shades isn't hate. Southern says the only reason Brittney signed on to that was to try to get Debbie to stop their constant screaming about Brittney. She didn't know what she was getting to. See, Southern says, and this is why people are trying to get her to back out, because myself included, felt like she did not know what she was getting herself into, and I was scared for her, especially when you look into the backgrounds of the people she was going into litigation with. That scared me. I was like, don't do it. I was with the chat. I'm like, don't do it. If you're going to do this, if you're going to like file on somebody, do it on your own where you have complete control. Like she did this time. Going in with others where you have no control because you're not paying for it, never a good idea. So Southern Sass, I completely get that logic, but she really should have listened to her people. She should have listened to her people. Can we please be respectful to each other while we're in here? Thanks, Lindsay. I appreciate it. I leave that to the mods to control that. Like civil discourse, cool, but if you're going to insult each other, you, Lindsay, do what you gotta do. Wi-Fi in the chat. There's no idea here. Southern South anti-slap was the response to the injunction. Thanks, just Irish. You, like I said, I don't mind some civil discourse, but just don't go out of bounds. Block each other if you have to. AJ live check. Nope, no sites here. All right. And this will be the last, I think this is the last one I have, and this should be the 8:30 one. Now, this is the 8:30. All right, so this was done 11:32, invoice 239. I think the other, and this is, again, another retainer. So is the 8K actually for the retainer? Is that what, and that was my whole thing. Like, there's 3 retainer sides, and I'm wondering, like, was this supposed to be the retainer? So was the 8K for the retainer complete? And if the 8K was for a retainer, that makes sense. But why say you have flat rate attorney at the beginning? That made no sense either. And then again, why not just show the gifts and go receipt unless the gifts and go was still open? Does anyone know, was that closed out? Because if the gifts and go was still open, it would make sense why she wouldn't have shown that total. I'm just curious. All right. So those are like just, I want to go over the invoices and lay them out and see like what other people thought. All right, and I'm going to actually end out with this portion of Britt's video because I kind of want you guys to hear what she has to say in comparison to what I have laid out, and hopefully we might learn something. So give me one moment. Thank you guys for being here, by the way. I just want to get you guys out of here so we can catch up on the filing. So this will be the last thing I show, and we'll be good to go. Now, there we go.
That threat. We just want it to stop. That is it. That is it. I never said I was suing a creator. I never said that I was taking anybody's channel down. I didn't say anything of the sort. I have not said anything. And you're taking things that Craig has said when he was drunk and angry. Guilty of crimes responded to it. Oh, yeah, I just read that. Big Mama says, this is YouTube's world. This YouTube world is becoming crazy. It's not rooted in reality, Big Mama. And I'm not going to speak on it a lot. I'm going to kind of stick to what I come here to do because honestly, like, with everything I say, like it just churns and I'm not trying to make things worse. I don't think that's too much to ask. Right, Eric? I mean, that's it. Like, can we just stop? Like already? I don't understand. You should be so bored of me by now. I'm bored of me. The C&Ds just basically give a person one last chance to cease their behavior and or worse. And it's a part of the process. Oh my God. You don't need a C&D. Where's the 8K for the lawyer then? We know it's not in the bank or retainer paid with it. No, the attorney has it. I'm about to show you. The 8K is with my attorney, where it's been the whole time. So here's my question before I show all of this. Are y'all going to keep that same energy across the board? Because this is not what I'm seeing right now. What I'm seeing
right here, that's a fair question. If you're going to demand receipts of one, everyone should, provide receipts. But I will say this. You can go about 2 ways. You can show receipts throughout your litigation, or you can show the receipts after litigation is complete, so you do reconciliation of the monies. Either way is fine with me, by the way. I don't care which one you do, as long as receipts are shown when your donators ask you.
Right now is a lot of people coming to me, calling me a scammer, threatening to contact places. Like, let me tell you something. Once again, when you're not doing anything wrong, my cards are stacked and I'm ready to go. I can give it to anybody that needs to see it. So you're wasting your time coming at me, but I'm going to give just like I've been given. And then I'm going to ask you guys, not my subscribers, because my subscribers have been the same across the board. But are y'all going to be the same across the board to the people that who have been coming at me, calling me out constantly, accusing me of being a freaking scammer? Hold on 1 minute. I'm gonna have to save these. Bear with me. Let me save everything. All right, I think that's everything. So what I did was I have put together a time, or what do you call this?
Wait, it was a credit card? I thought she said it was her bank card. Well, bank cards can be credit cards. I know some banks do give credit cards. Hey, that's interesting.
Damn it, I forget what it's called, but it's like a spreadsheet. I got a spreadsheet here. And it's the list from my, what do you call it? Gives and Go. And then I have and I'm going to show you, and I'm going to add this up. We did the spreadsheet. I did the spreadsheet, and I'm going to add it up. And I also am going to show you, let me see. Guilty of crime. I saw her live about the appeal, and I'm afraid it will be that they were tried together. Sad they will all have to do it again if granted. What is that, Cinderella? Wait, what? Oh, y'all are talking about a case. Okay. Yeah, it is sad. You have said take it to YouTube. If you are taking it to YouTube, it would be to take channels down. There's no other reason. Trisha, I'm not interested in taking channels down. I'm interested in making people leave me the fuck alone. Point blank, period. Point blank, period. I'm not interested.
And this is, I understand what she's saying here. But the thing is, to make people leave you alone on YouTube, the best way to do it is to disengage and let them talk their shit, and you go your own way and do your content. Because once you stop giving the back and forth, it dries itself out, and people just get bored with you, and they move on, because you're not giving them any energy. You're paying them dust. And when you pay people dust, it dries up their content, and they have to find a new target, which leaves you free to work on the things you want to work on. Oh, thank you, True Seeker. Welcome. I'm not sure if you know about me, but my channel there's no sides here. If you didn't watch the beginning, I went over my community post. The only side I'm on is my own. And with Brittney, it's not hate. It's me just asking questions about how things were done and why. And if you need any more proof of that, you can just look at my last video I did with Brittney, giving her suggestions about how she could save her channels. But all opinions are welcome here. There are no sides. I like a civil discourse. I like a conversation. Just keep it respectful.
Interested in taking anybody down. What I'm going to do is safeguard, and you would be an outright fool. There's not one of you, Trisha, that would sit here and not try to do something to make this stop. If your kids were being brought into this shit, you would be trying to make it stop. I don't care what any of you say. It's all okay with y'all because it's happening to me and you don't like me. But if it was happening to you or anybody, whether you like me or not, if any of you were going through this, I guarantee you there'd be one or two things that you would be doing. You would either leave the platform or you would be doing something to make it stop. Anybody would. Boston says, what I find funny is after the injunction, all we heard was I didn't get a C&D. Now you send a C&D and look what's happening. Yep. Every time. They all take Craig. Exactly, Boston. Randy Ruth, thank you so much for becoming a member. Woo, woo, welcome.
Okay, I will touch on this, and I stand by this. Craig is a problem. Craig is a huge problem. He needs to give Craig his own YouTube. Set Craig up with his own YouTube channel, and let him go do his thing on his channel. You can call it maybe Coors by Craig or Confessions of Craig, something to where Craig can have his own and be his own person on his own channel, where he can leave you alone to do your work. Because Brittney, what you do is work. You are the sole breadwinner for your house. You work every day. I will never take that away from you. When weather permitting, you do work every day, and you do it for your family, and he's not working with you. It feels like he's working against you. You may not want to hear that, but that's how I feel. And the fact that he's consistently in the background just ruining your streams, you've got to correct that. You have to correct that. Hey Lulu, welcome. Okay, Kim says another thing she did while she was charging things, watching a Ring cell phone all from Best Buy. If you can't pay for an return, how are you gonna make these monthly payments on these items? Yes, Crick is a huge problem. Thanks, Angela. Just Irish, Craig ramblings. I like that. I like that. Yeah, I think the legal bullshit needs to stop entirely. Agreed. And UA says, and if you add up the gifts and Go money and compare it to the Excel spreadsheet, she's missing $1,000 donation. I noticed off the bat. Oh wow. All right, let's go back to the video and then we'll head on out.
Welcome to the Gummy Squad, my girl. Thank you. And Randa said, little is much when God is in it. I stand with Britt. Oh, and let me tell you something. I appreciate it more than you know. Thank you for contributing towards the goal. If anybody else wants to help and become a member, guys, y'all know it means the world to me and it helps so much. Randa, you are so sweet and generous. Thank you so much. And it's, what does the Bible say? That is the biggest of all the little ones. When you give because you don't have much, that is way more than somebody giving a lot. I believe in my heart that if you lie about one thing, you'll lie about another thing, and you will gain the reputation of being a liar. You have witnessed that here in the last days. Okay, rumor has it. And here you are back again to freaking nitpick. Well, I hope you keep that energy across the board is all I can say, because I can show you where a lot of people lied. All right, let me show this.
Okay, before we get into her receipts and we get up out of here, is this the... Just Irish. I mean, all her steps keep trying to support her, but she can't even show up to a court after taking $8K from them. It's incredibly selfish and disrespectful. I agree. That's such a good point.
I mean, if you feel that way, then why are you here wasting your time, buddy? That's all I got to say. All right, hold on. So let's start with the invoice again. Show these damn invoices. Now, obviously, I had to, give me a second, cancel. Obviously, I've had to like redact because I can't show you my freaking bank card number, right? But here we go. Can you guys see that? So that is my attorney, Rancher Harris, right? This is, and I told y'all that I have sent him $2,000 at a time. Here it is. Invoice paid August the 5th, 2025 at 12:24 p.m. I paid with my MasterCard. $2,000. Customer, Brittney Jackson, KMB 87. There's my email. Invoice was paid on August the 5th, 2025. First of two invoices, right? All right, there's the first one. Hold on a minute. Let me nab the second one for you. Shit, what did I just do? Hold on, y'all. Of course, I freaking stupidly cancel out of it. Hold on, let me pull the file back up. Oh, Jesus. Give me a minute. Okay. Let's do invoice number 4.
So, yes, some of her are really good people. Some of them are absolutely great people, past and present.
It's this one, July. Hold on. All right, let me come back to you. A minute. Damn it. Okay. Back to you guys. I'm going to show you this one. All right, can you guys see that? So you see this one right here, right? Rancher Harris. Here's another one paid with MasterCard on July the 23rd, 2025 at 8:08 p.m. See that? Second retainer invoice, Brittney Jackson. So every time I would send, because my bank will not allow me to make more than, I can only make a $3,500 a day transaction. And obviously I don't want to spend the whole 35 in one day and not be able to use my card again. So what I did was I would send him 2,000 at a time. So I sent him 2,000, and the next day I'd send another 2, right? Until I paid him off. So here's 2,000 again on July the 23rd. So that's $4,000 so far, right? Okay, hold on. Let's go to the next one. Keep up those with those dates, right? July 23rd and August 5th. Hang on a minute. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Wait 1 minute. Pull my files back up. Sorry, I'm having to do it this way. I just don't want to show anything personal by accident. Here we go. Another one for August the 30th. Remember, August the 5th, July the, what was that? The 20 something. We'll go back and look again. All right, look. Here's another one. August the 30th. Okay, I just showed that one. Hold on a minute. Can I go to the next? Hold on. Let me see. Hold on a minute. All right, let me see. Let me stop sharing that and go to the next one. I got the other tab pulled up. Hold on. This one. This is the one I'm going to show. August the 5th, right? August the 5th, $2,000 transaction, right? Customer, Rancher Harris Law, invoices paid. Okay, look at this. $2,000. August the 5th, 2025, 12/24. Hold on, let me show you the.
Okay, now check down here saying invoice number should suffice. A check not when they're not in the right order. Then did you not see that the invoices were in the wrong order? Did you see that the August 5th invoice was marked 206 while this 23rd invoice, the July 23rd invoice was marked 207? Did you see that, Chet? I would really look at things before like speaking. Just an idea on these type of things.
The August 30th one again. There's here we go. Look, August the 30th. You guys see it? 2025 at 11:32 a.m. Brittney Jackson invoice, and then there's an invoice number on August the 30th. Here's the second invoice. So I just showed you 6,000 so far. We got one more.
Where's Coco? Coco says invoice is a bill, a receipt will be payment. So I agree with you, but in my company, when we send payments, payment verification, it does say invoice at the top. So I kind of gave her grace on this one. And also this the receipt she's showing, it does say paid with MasterCard, blah, 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 blah. So I'm kind of giving her grace on that one. But I definitely know where you're coming from, because when I did side work for lawyers, they would send out an invoice, which was the unpaid portion, and then when the client paid, they would send that invoice back to them, but it would be stamped paid.
Hold please. Okay, and that's going to be the whole $8,000. Don't tell me that I've got any of this money. I don't have a dime of it. It's all in my attorney's hands. Hold on a minute. Bear with me, guys. Let me open the file again. I mean, it's just absolutely so ridiculous that I even have to do this, but whatever. You don't believe me. I don't care. I'll show you receipts. What did I, August 5th? Hold on. August 29th. Here we go. Here's the other one. July 23rd. All right, here, let's just do this. Let's just do this. We're going to do this because I want to make sure that y'all can see them all. All right. I'm going to share my entire screen. Let me make sure.
Oh, hey, Jackie. Jackie says her subs are waiting to hear how court went. She will make them wait all day. She doesn't care about her subs, in my opinion. I hope she doesn't do that to them. She might as well just come online, tell the truth, and be done with it.
You have system sound. All right, I'm going to share my entire screen. We're just going to go to my files, okay? So that way y'all can see it all. All right, see this. Invoice number 4. Okay, July the 23rd, 2025. Retainer, you see that? $2,000 at 808. August the 30th, keep up with it, okay? That's $4,000. August the 30th at 11:32 a.m. $6,000. August the 29th, 3:31 p.m., right? And then August the 5th, 12:24 p.m., $8,000. You see that? One more time.
Rosebud says, so this has been a complete waste of sub money, court time, and court money. Can we become all with this now? Yeah, this needs to be over and done with.
For good measure. Let's do it again, okay? Pay attention to the dates. Paid with MasterCard on July 23rd, 2025. There's 2,000, right? There's another 2,000 on August the 30th. That's $4,000. There's another 2,000 on August the 29th. That's $6,000. And then there's another $2,000 on August the 5th. That's $8,000. You see that?
Hey, Brantley. Brantley says it seems to not matter at this point because it looks like the lawyer isn't going to be able to do anything nor stop this. Look what happened today. At this point, no one will stop. They want, and something bad would happen. Watch. I hope not. I think this court this court date really kind of added fuel to the fire, unfortunately. And if I can make one suggestion to everybody, if you're not directly involved, just take a 5 steps back and just watch and follow the story. Do not try to help. Do not try to like get involved because it's not going to end well. Because this has gone way too far, and I don't see it slowing down anytime soon. That's just based on what's happened today, plus what's happened prior.
And let me come back to y'all. And where are you? Okay, let me stop sharing my screen for a minute. All right, did you see that? Yes. The reason that we paid it, there were delays on transfer because I didn't know when I got a Give, Send, Go account that when you request the money out of your account, you have to wait for days. You have to wait for days. Like Give, Send, Go, you request it, and then you have to wait like 4 days before the money goes into your.
Hey, Coco says, Jamal, but do your invoice show the payment form? Typically, you will see the last 4 digit credit card and payment invoice is time. On my company's invoices, yes, it will. On our invoices, it says the payment and the last 4 digits, and it will also show if the card declined so many times. So it's a detailed invoice, but on Brittney, the receipt she showed, or invoice, however you want to call it, they do say paid with MasterCard, but she did redact those out.
Your account. So there's every invoice I have. Yes, thank you. Thank you. I paid $2,000 on 8/5, 7/23, 8/30, and 8/29. Okay. And let me explain this one. Why there was such a delay between 7/23, on August, why there's such a gap between August the 5th and July the 23rd is because my bank locked my card. Well, they didn't lock my card, but they held the funds because they flagged it. Because the first time I'd sent it, they thought that I was being somebody had my card because I don't make, I never make transactions that big in 2 days. So when I sent that second $2,000, my bank held it and I didn't know about it. I didn't even find out about it until the 5th when I found out that he hadn't received the funds, and I had to call my bank, and that's when they were like, yes, it's right here. We didn't send it. We just held it, right? Like they put it on hold until they could talk to me to see that it was me. So when I talked to him, they immediately released the funds and it went into his account. So that is why yeah, so there's that. What do you mean? So why am I wanting more money? When did I ask for more money? What are you talking about?
Sorry about that. One was an alleged copy because that didn't go through, so she had to get another invoice. So that was only if she was showing anything. It was only for 6,000. So Kim, that 8/5 invoice, which was marked invoice 206, Brittney said that was supposed to be for 7/24, but that's the one she said didn't go through. So the 8/5 replaced the 7/24. But mind you, the 720, what would have been the 7/24 invoice, which turned into the 8/5 invoice, was marked as invoice 2006, while the 7/23 invoice that went through was marked 2007. Sorry, I don't know why I asked you zero. So that's where the confusion for me comes in. How is the 8/5 invoice, which would have been the 7/24 invoice, marked 206, while the 7/23 invoice, which was the day before, marked 207? I have a big question about that. So it is a total of 8,000.
You're not even. Are you keeping up? Are you paying attention? I don't think you're paying attention. I have not been in GSS since March. There's people. Okay. All right. So next, I want to show you because there are lots of lies being made. I can't even believe the lie that I heard. All right. You're absolutely not. I don't think that. Have you even been around? What do you mean? What's the fundraiser for? Are you keeping up at all? It's for my attorney. So anyway, I'm gonna focus. I ain't even dealing with a crackerjack person. There's the $8,000 that went to the attorney. Now the thing that they're saying is, your fans are asking for even more. I'm guessing they want your DNA. Do they ever ask you? No, they don't ever ask these people. These people can just take and take and take and never ask never show a receipt for anything. But I show receipts for all of it. Okay, so now the new thing that they're coming at me about is that my mods paid for the whole fund and that I just collected all the money in the Give, Send, Go and kept it for myself. That is a bold-faced lie. Everything that went to the Give, Send, Go has went to my attorney. So I'm going to show you the breakdown of that too because I did a spreadsheet. Give me just a second of who paid what, and I'm not going to give mods names because that doesn't matter. What matters is the money that was collected and where it went. Okay. And yeah, it's crazy. Isn't it crazy how I'm held to a fine-tooth comb? How is the first payment was not made on 8/5? The first payment was made on 7/23. The second payment was made on 8/5. Okay, the first payment wasn't 8/5. The first payment was 7/23. Then I sent a second payment for 7/24 and it didn't go through. Okay, I thought it did because I wasn't alerted. Then I find out on August the 5th that the payment never went through, and that's when I called my bank, and they held the funds and they released them to my attorney when they found out that it wasn't fraud. I don't know what to tell you, Sam. The first payment was on the 23rd of July, and the second was on 8/5.
Now, it's important to remember that second payment was the payment that should have been made on 7/24. Just remember that.
He doesn't have anything. And what the fuck, man? Y'all stop speaking. Oh my God, I'm not doing this shit with y'all. Are you over there in everybody else's chat while they're collecting thousands a day? I'm not. Oh, fuck you. Get out of my chat. I'm not dealing with anybody like that that's coming here saying stupid shit like that. I can see you, crime watcher. Good to see you. It's crazy to me. Like, you got some real weird shit going on, and y'all over here nitpicking me when I've shared more than anybody. I've been more transparent. Oh my God, it's crazy how transparent I've been, and these people just no. Nope. What are you talking about, Joshua? I just showed you the money that I just sent to the attorney. It was $8,000. You have to remember, too, that when the money didn't go through, I had to get my attorney to send another invoice to me so that I could send him the money on August the 5th. So if it does say 1 of 2, then it probably was 1 because I had to get a fresh invoice to send him the money. It's not that hard to figure out, folks. Do y'all see how they're getting hung up on a technicality? The fact still remained that I sent $8,000 to my attorney. I don't understand what your argument is.
All right, everyone. I'm going to end it here. I think my questions are out there. And again, I wish she had showed better proof or talked to someone and had laid it out better. But hey, she did what she's done, and it's keeping the cycle going. And it is what it is. So I'm just going to keep following the story as the story keeps evolving, and I hope more people take this approach. Like look at it as a story that you're watching play out. If you're not already super invested, don't become invested. I really do hope that people go their separate ways. But again, with today's ruling, I don't see that happening anytime soon. And that being said, keep yourself safe out here. Take a step back if you need to. And always, always, always look at things in the big picture, not just your narrow scope of view. That being said, I think I'm going to head over to, I guess is it Cleus's channel or is it Clue's channel? Because I want to hear what's going on and what's happening. Again, I appreciate you. Just Irish, thank you so much. Hoodies, thank you so much. Kim, thank you so much. Thank you all for showing up and listening and understanding what my channel is about and what I try to do. I try to have conversations while having my own opinion. Like Perf says, please look after yourselves and have a wonderful day. Bye, all.